Authority monthly meeting. Today is January the 17th, 2023. At this point, the floor is open for public comment with a 3-minute limit. Did anybody sign up to speak? So we have no speakers this morning. Next item on the agenda is a review and approval of the minutes for our last meeting, which was December 20th.
Move to approve.
A motion, Mr. Brunke?
Second.
And the second, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. That motion carries. Now for a review of the financial statements. Katrina.
Good morning, Madam Chair, board members, Councilman Bellucci, and Madam Vice Mayor. We'll be presenting the financials for December 2022. So October account summary, 2022, beginning cash as of December the 1st, 2022 is $3,513,542. We had a grand total of significant cash and receipts, $46,566. We had the grand significant disbursements, $790,879, which I've itemized and broke out all of those receipts as well as the disbursements for the operating. Continuation. And then, of course, a continuation again. And the ending cash for December 31st, 2022 is $2,835,601. Okay. Incentive and initiative account for December the 1st, 2022, we have $2,890,270. Significant cash, $506. Significant disbursements, $330,780. I've also itemized those out. The receipts and expenditures. Continuation, and the ending cash as of December 31st, 2022 is $2,656,485. EDIP grant summary reporting for December 2022. Beginning VBDA EDIP grant balance is $3,373,139. Interest and activity analysis fee gave us a $50 positive amount. EDIP grant expired and closed for this month was $283,500. Leaving us an ending grant funds available as of December 2022 is $3,656,689. As I've provided a packet for you all to see specifically what we closed for the period of December, as well as an itemized documentation to give you how we derived to that total. Okay. Madam Chair, that concludes the financial reports for December 2022.
Thank you, Katrina. Any questions?
I don't know, Katrina, if this is for you or for someone else in the room, but on the closed grant for priority title and escrow, is there a little background there as to basically why that wasn't, why there was no performance there? We had a $300,000 allowance and only $16,000 total award, so I'm just curious what happened there.
You said no performance on the.
Very little performance, so I was just curious what happened.
Well, we had a lot of actual EDIPs that didn't have a lot of activity because of COVID. It impact compounded and effects on how people were applying for their reimbursements. That's part of the reason. Also, just we are changing some of the ways that we've done. We're streamlining those things, and we're reaching out more to the EDIP grant recipients to request for them to let them know that the money is still available before they expire. But that's mainly why COVID had a big impact on how they were we're seeking reimbursement.
And I think for this one, I think Bill's question, because this one is relatively new, I think the issue was they just didn't expand the way they thought they were going.
That's, thank you.
That's accurate.
All right, any other questions for Katrina? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is a request for approval of a resolution authorizing EIP Part A award to ABW Virginia Beach, New Realm Brewing.
Good morning, Vice Mayor, Councilman Berlucci, Madam Chair, members of the authority. Our agenda has changed a little bit. Laura Chalk, I'll be presenting this morning. This is for New Realm Brewery. Here's our disclosures. Disclosures again for the owner. All right, about the company. New Realm is an American craft brewery and distillery. They established in 2016. Their flagship brewery is in Atlanta, Georgia, and they have a production facility and a restaurant here in Virginia Beach. They are located on 1209 Craft Lane. And today we come to you with a recommendation for an EDIP Part A. This would be based on capital investment that's being made to their machinery and canning line for the brewery. It will not be related to the restaurant. They are looking to invest, they have started to invest and are looking to invest additional $1.6 million in the machines, tools, and FF&E related to the machinery and canning of their beer. Out of $1.6 million in capital investment, we are recommending a $66,000 EDIP, and we are recommending an additional $34,000 EDIP based on 17 new jobs. And these 17 new jobs will pay an average of $43,000. It's missing on the slide. Kind of short and sweet presentation. Questions?
Madam Chair, can I add one piece of context since?
Sorry, I'm covering for this one, so
Yeah,
not a lot of background.
Laura's doing a great job of covering. We have one team member out with sick with a sinus infection and another with apparently car trouble this morning. So
You'll see a lot of me today.
it's the day after a holiday. But quickly on this one, the two things are important to know. One, we are competing against other communities for this expansion. And Laura rightly said, this is not tied to the restaurant. Obviously, we would never bring you an investment in a restaurant sort of just as our policy prohibits that. This is about the expansion of the manufacturing operation there, specifically the out of market and the distribution then out of market. And so we're so grateful that you all remember this is the facility that started as Green Flash. Green Flash was not successful. New Realm came in and established operation on really what was a shell of what they have today, given the what sort of the remnants of the Green Flash operation. They've grown to where they now have over 100 employees there now, I believe. 135, I think, is the total that they have at present, and they're expanding again on the manufacturing and distribution side. And so what we're bringing you here is exclusively tied to manufacturing and distribution out of market, and we are competing with two other communities for this expansion. But fully recognize this one is a little difficult based on the fact that there is an on-site hospitality aspect of this. Charlie Bauman, who led this, was very specific in ensuring that all of your investment was exclusively tied to the industrial component.
And have they moved their principals up to the market?
So the majority of their C-suite are tied to this facility now, which is great. the chief financial officer is here, chief marketing officer, product officer is here now. The chief executive of the company flits between our community and the Atlanta metro, and then other, I believe it's Charleston, I think is the other one where they've established manufacturing.
Any questions for Laura or for Taylor?
The wage you said was an average $3,000?
Correct.
Yes, sir.
And that
And-
takes away, the top level too.
And that's right, we excluded all C-suite, and so obviously if we included the C-suite salaries, that number would be considerably higher, but we excluded the C-suite salaries and only went with the manufacturing employees.
This is within our policy, but I would say again publicly that I do think as a group, we need to evaluate the benchmarks we have on salaries, particularly given the salary pressures that there's been over the past couple of years. I think we may be a little bit low.
Yes, sir.
All right, any other questions? All right, hearing none, the chair will entertain a motion on request for an EDIP Part A award to ABW Virginia LLC doing business as Newcomb Brewing. Someone? Got a motion from Nakano?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. We've got one abstention, and the motion carries with one abstention. Next item is request for approval of a resolution authorizing an EDIP Part B extension request for 17th Street properties.
Morning, Madam Chair, members of the authority, Councilmember Lucci and Vice Mayor Wilson. Today I'm presenting a request for an EDIP extension for 17th Street properties. Here are their disclosures. To give a project summary, in January 2020, this board approved a EDIP Part B award based on the following. Phase 1 of $6.5 million in capital investment. That's located on 17th Street. It was going to be 20,000 square feet of redevelopment and bring in new retail. Phase 2 was estimated to be $9.5 million, and that was going to include some residential as well. Here is where it is on the 17th Street corridor down there. So here are some project updates. As of December 12, 2022, Phase 1 is actually at $6.9 million capital investment, so that's $500,000 more than anticipated. They've completed 85% of the initial project, so 85% of Phase 1. I think it's important to note that, again, this was approved in the middle of the pandemic, and they've still completed 85% of the project. They have 6,000 square feet of retail remaining, and they estimate an additional 1.5 of capital investment for Phase 1. Phase 2, still estimated at 9.5, has not begun as of December 12th. Here is some before and after of the block. You can see it's made a big upgrade to that corridor right there. So a project status, they were awarded a EDIP Part B award for $250,000. They have 171 roughly remaining in the EDIP funds. That was all approved on the capital investment of $16 million, which I broke down below that you can see. So Part B may be used for economic development, strategic growth areas, and opportunity zones. So we're recommending a one-year EDIP award extension for continued capital investment on this project as they continue to make the investments.
All right, any questions for Devin? Devin, I had a question. Do they have a construction schedule in place for Phase 2?
So Phase 2 is based on buying a piece of property that they've had they've been negotiating with the property owner, but it hasn't gone the way that they've anticipated as of yet.
Okay. And if they aren't able to secure that property in the next year and start construction, then those funds would come back?
Potentially.
All right, any other questions for Devin?
Big improvement, I'll just say that. Very nice.
Move to approve.
All right, so we've got a motion from Mr. DeBrunke.
Second. You got it.
Great. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. That motion's going to carry. Next item is a request for approval of resolution authorizing an EDIP Part A award to Tomar Computer Integration. Doing business as 360 IT Partners.
Good morning, Madam Chair, Vice Mayor Wilson, Councilmember Bellucci, and members of the Development Authority. I have an EDIP recommendation for 360 IT Partners. Before I get started, I'd like to recognize that we have owner and CEO Martin Joseph here with us this morning. Here's a look at the disclosures. And for a company overview. So this is Tomar Computer Integration, Inc., doing business as 360 IT Partners, established in 1995. They service small to medium-sized businesses, providing a suite of proactive managed services, everything from software, websites, cloud services, cybersecurity, and more. They've had continued growth since they established in 1995, merging with 3 different other IT companies that were here in Hampton Roads. And I'd like to point out that they were Virginia Business's Best Place to Work in Virginia in 2022, and for 3 years running, they've been Inside Business Top Place to Work in Hampton Roads. So they're going to be moving their headquarters, which was previously located on Cleveland Street. They have purchased a building at 216 Business Park Drive. They will be expanding from 9,000 square feet to 12,400 square feet. They have 44 employees currently located in the city. The top building is where they were previously. They have purchased the building below. Here is where the new building is located in the city. And then here's some renderings of the improvements they plan to make on that new building. Here's the Main Street entrance, and this will be the highway rear view from 264. So between construction, machinery and tools, furnitures, fixtures, and equipment, they are planning to invest $585,000. They're going to retain those 44 employees, add 10 new employees with an average annual salary of a little over $74,000. So we are recommending an EDIP in the amount of $40,000 pursuant to Part A for capital investment and job creation. Any questions?
Well, thank you so much for expanding and staying in our city. All right, if there aren't any questions, the chair will entertain a motion on this request. We've got a motion from Mr. Standing
Second.
and a second. All in favor say aye. 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 All opposed, same sign. That motion carries. Thank you. Great. Next item on the agenda is administrative information. Any commissioners have any comments? All right, hearing none, I've got just a few items. One of them is from the clerk's office. You all should have received the 2023 Statement of Economic Interest and Disclosure of Real Estate Holdings. This is the annual filing that we do. These are due by the end of the month, so please remember to get those back to Terry Chilius. Next item on the agenda is recently there was an ordinance adopted by council with recommendations from the Citizens Committee on Boards and Commissions, the CCBC. And one of the things they highlighted was that council should enforce a strict requirement for absences from committee meetings. So they're going to be focused again on making sure that all of the committees have active members who are actively engaged and showing up for meetings. We're going to circulate a copy of that, or a link to a copy of that recommendation that was adopted, so everybody can see that and know what's going on there. Bill mentioned in the one of the items that we voted on, taking a look at the salaries that we're incentivizing on average, and Bill and Mike Standing have indicated that they want to sort of take a closer look at that on their own, and so hopefully we'll get a report on that for the next meeting. Did either of you have any comments on that?
No, I think, other than what I said, I believe, we've been using the same policy with static wage brackets for a long time, and we're not in the same market we were several years ago. And I think we need to revisit that and make sure that the objectives there are consistent with what we're trying to do here as a group in terms of growth.
Okay. All right, thank you both for agreeing to do that. Taylor, any comments for this?
One quick thing. So good morning again, everyone. It's, we're glad, is Emily? Here's Emily. As most of you are familiar, Emily has done an amazing job administering your facade improvement grant. We were so grateful to City Council when they allowed us to establish that program 2 years ago. We're getting ready to start our next round of what I've just learned this morning, we're now calling the FIG program. It's what Facade Improvement Grant Program, or FIG, which is, nobody loves initials like government does, and so apparently this is our new set. But they gave me some statistics here that I think are great to share with you all and with the public about the impact of the program. We've done this 2 years in a row now, and you all have been so gracious to award $207,498 in facade improvement grants to 29 small Virginia Beach businesses. As you'll remember, the reason we did this is our economic development investment program doesn't allow for investment in retail and specifically hospitality industries. And so we wanted, but knowing that there was real need in that space, and you all recognizing that, particularly during the pandemic, that was a community that needed our support, this program was created. So that, call it $208,000, has induced $1.3 million in new capital investment in our community in 2 years. So the beautiful thing about this program, the companies that apply for this and that are approved, because these are smaller grants, are able to execute very quickly. So we've been able to help through your awards these 29 businesses, and in doing so, we've seen a $1.3 million investment, and I can tell you the improvement in our community from the appearance of these facilities would go well beyond that. Just a quick reminder of what can be included in this and who's eligible. So first, for who's eligible, let's see, new or existing small businesses with less than 50 employees and those who lease them. So again, we're focusing truly on small business here. Properties and applicants that are current on all City of Virginia Beach licenses, fees, and taxes. Businesses located on any commercially or industrially zoned property may apply. And so thank you for your investment there. Oh, and I said quickly, as it relates to what can be, what qualifies. The program will match small business owners or those who lease to small businesses in investments up to $10,000 for exterior building, site and outdoor dining improvements, and then it says that this is only a 50% match on the actual capital investment. So we're proud of this program. Thank you so much for your leadership in this space, and we're excited to be starting another round.
Great, thanks, Taylor. It is a great program, and today's the kickoff, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there, Emily, thank you for doing it. Is there a link that we could access so that we can share it with our
Definitely, we'll have an email. There's a press release being released today. It's on our website, and we'll fill out the application and send it to them.
Wonderful. Any other?
That's it for me today.
All right, that's it. Any other comments from commissioners? Hearing none, the chair will entertain a motion to recess into a closed session pursuant to the exemptions from open meetings allowed by section 2.2-3711A Code of Virginia as amended for the following purposes: contracts, discussion of the award of a public contract involving the expenditure of public funds, including interviews of bidders or offerers and of the terms or scope of such contract, where discussion in an open session would adversely affect the bargaining position or negotiating strategy of the public body pursuant to Virginia Code Section 2.2-3711A 29. Legal matters, consultation with legal counsel employed or retained by a public body regarding specific legal matters requiring the provision of legal advice by counsel pursuant to Virginia Code Section 2.2-3711A8, and prospective business or industry. Discussion concerning a prospective business or industry or the expansion of an existing business or industry where no previous announcement has been made of the businesses or industries' interest in locating or expanding its facilities in the community pursuant to Virginia Code Section 2.2-3711A5.
Moved.
Thank you for a motion, Mr. Brunke, and a second? Second for Ms. Morgan, and a roll call vote on that one.
Dr. William Brown,
Yes.
William Brunke,
Yes.
Kathy Chiazor,
Yes.
Kenny Morgan,
Yes.
Lisa Murphy,
Yes.
Ronnie Parker,
Yes.
Mike Standing.
Yes.
The authority will now enter executive session. We'll ask the